Greetings, traders. It is I, Abdul Shabazz. Thank God it is Monday. And this is some real change stock options trading journey. Today we're going to do a market recap where the trades were. So we want to go over exactly where the trades were on the SPY. We want to look at the potential calls. We want to look at the potential puts. We want to see exactly what trades we made and what trades we missed. So, shall we begin? Let's go over here. Now, this morning, right out the gate on the SPY, we noticed we had a gap down. Now, it was either going to be a gap and go or a gap and crap. Now, one thing that we noticed was that it immediately came out of the gate green. However, this is why we trade the 5-minute chart, because we don't want to be psyched out. We don't want to be faked out. And the first 5 minutes is very, very volatile. And that's exactly what we had right here, was a lot of volatility. So the stock price went up, but there it was met by a lot of bulls at this 420 area. And the bulls rejected those higher prices and literally beat the stock back down and flipped the color of this 5-minute candle from green to red. So that meant that all the early bulls, all the bulls that thought this was going to be a gap and go, were now in trouble. And that's what we like to look for. We like to wait and see when someone is in trouble and take advantage of that, because them being in trouble means they're going to have to cover. And in this case, bulls covering is selling, which means the stock price is going to go further down. So I waited until we had the next 5-minute candle, and when I saw price trading below the low of this entire 5-minute candle, that's where I got in. I got in and I immediately took some profits. I took 90% of my profits on this flush as we were going towards this daily line of support. We actually hit it. But when we hit it and repelled against it, I immediately took profits down in this area. I then closed out the entire position at 939.59 on the end of this 5-minute candle. I then waited to see what the next 5-minute candle would bring. It's still early, and the first 15 minutes could get you trapped if you get too stuck in a bias one particular way. So, profits and monies were made. As you see, we had a great deal. I made a 20-cent move on the option chart, on the option chain. Very significant in one candle. Okay, for example, 1,000 contracts, 20 cents is $2,000. Now, on the next candle, 5-minute candle, coming down, I saw that there was further continuation. This candle didn't even act like it wanted to go green at all. It showed that the bulls were not interested in this price and the bulls were not buying. In fact, the bulls from Friday were still covering. So once I saw that and we got past this area of support on the daily, and also we equivalently got past the pre-market low, and it was at this area where I also went ahead and took some more puts. I took it here in this area and I exited on the flush here as we came down and put in a low of 417. And actually on the option chart, I pretty much top ticked it. In fact, what I'll do is probably insert a clip from the live action here. Tick. Just took 20 cents. Quick profit right there. Quick 20 cents profit. And we're back. As you can see from that live action, it was a very exciting morning. Now, I was so excited with the money that I made off of this put here that I actually missed the call. So there was a great opportunity for a call right here at 9:45. Now remember what we say. We say the first 5 minutes are very volatile and the first 15 minutes can get you trapped. And it was right here at 9:45, after those first 15 minutes, that we had a reversal put in. And in fact, we had an intraday demand area created. And boy, did we come out of that demand area. Once we came and started trading above the high of the most recent 5-minute red candle, this is where I was supposed to have entered right here. Guys, this was an entry. So we did have some people on the team who did take this call. I was too busy explaining the put and missed this call. Now, this was a great opportunity to take this right to the 420.50 area and also to the 9:55 area, knowing that on the 10 o'clock hour, okay, not knowing what would happen or could happen, and in fact, the candle did go red. So to take this from here to here was a great call, and we did have quite a few members, okay, who joined us on this journey who did make some money here. Shout out to you guys. Next, an area of supply was finally put in. So we had an area of demand and an area of intraday supply, meaning that at this point, the price was agreed upon between the bears and the bulls that we wouldn't go any higher than this, and it came down from that. And in fact, it came down to meet this area of daily resistance, which is now acting as support. As price got over it, came down to it, it acted as support and then bounced right back off of it, right back towards that area of supply, which brings us to our next trade. And that was taking the trade out of this supply area, as it turned this also into an area of demand. With the price breaking out and closing above it now, it was a very safe entrance here on the next 5-minute candle once price started trading above the close of the previous 5-minute candle. And so from here to the 422 area would have been a great trade. And it was, and I took it, and I was very excited and grateful for it. This 422 area, this is an area of resistance on the weekly chart, okay? And also I will input the video of me taking this trade, as this trade was brought to my attention by one of our teammates, Anthony, who brought that out. Shout out to you, Anthony. Now, the reason I say this was the perfect profit-taking area is because this was not anticipated. This was an area that was clearly defined on the weekly as an area of resistance, which is why profit was taken here and completely got out of the entire position, clearly not knowing nor expecting that this move could happen, but it did. So we take the guaranteed move and we leave the mystery and the mysticism to those people who like to gamble, and we don't do that. Now, out of this new area of supply, the stock had another major breakout. So yes, there was another potential trade here. That potential trade would have been after this candle closed above this area the following 5-minute candle. And if you just would have stayed in that candle for the duration of the 5 minutes period itself, you would have gotten out right here for a beautiful move from here to here. And I didn't take this trade, so I want to change that to purple. Green are the trades I took. Purple are the trades that were available that I didn't take. Alrighty. Now, we are now going into the afternoon session. Oh, that 1 o'clock area is something special. Now, what do we notice is happening here, guys? What do we notice happening here? That 1 o'clock area is something special. Oh, that 1 o'clock area, do I love it. I was not here. I was at the gym actually trying to work on this physique so that I would look good in this shirt. Sponsored by T-Shirts for Traders. So if you would like this shirt, please go to tshirtfortraders.co and grab you one. Thank God it's Monday. Now, back to this, what we noticed at 1 o'clock was that we had the 1 o'clock flop and drop. And that's exactly what happened. Right back down to the area of resistance, which was now demand, but I'm not going to change the color. And I'm going to tell you why. Because right after that, this beautiful red hammer here wasn't green, but it was still effective enough for the stock to go up. But once it went up, as this was the high, what is this? A lower high. And then what do we have? A lower low. Followed by what? A lower high. What does this mean? A downtrend, a reversal in trend. We now have the high, followed by a lower high, and then followed by a lower low, and then a lower high. And that's exactly what this is, guys. It's exactly what this is. Let's go ahead and be specific here. I want to go ahead and duplicate that. Aha. Well, we had this agreement right here between the bulls and the bears. From this high is a lower low, and then a lower high. Here between the bears and the bulls, an agreement of a lower low. Here, agreement between the bulls and the bears. No higher than this. That's a lower high. And then down here, the agreement between the bears and the bulls, a lower low. So there was a reversal. So after you clearly saw this lower high, lower low, lower high, it was definitely safe to take a trade coming out of support now. You could have done the zone reversal confirmation entry, entered here, or you could have waited because we had this fake out right here, of course. You could have waited until we had confirmation of it closing in the middle of that and in this candle. And if you just would have stayed from the duration of the beginning of this 5-minute candle to the end of it, it would have been some magnificent profits. So altogether, we had a beautiful put right out of the gate, followed by a very beautiful call. And if you missed that, there was another opportunity to take a call once this area was broken and established continuation. And then there was another opportunity to take another call after we had a close over this zone. And then once we start showing the reversals, and as you can see it coming down here, grab a quick little trend line. You see that? That's exactly what we had there, guys. Bam. And there is your downtrend. So anywhere in this, once you broke the low of this low, that was definitely a good place to enter. But you wouldn't have done it here because you would have been faked out and hesitant after seeing this whiplash. So definitely we probably would have waited one more candle. Once we saw we were going in the right direction, you could have entered here or here. but I like this one best for the duration of the 5-minute candle. And those were the trades of today. Go back, look, analyze, get yourself familiar with this SPY. Guys, girls, we will be right back at this again tomorrow, inshallah. Thank you for joining me. Hope you have a great evening. God bless you, and good evening.